The Berenstain Bears Harvest Festival by Mike Berenstain. The Berenstain Bears is copyright by Berenstain Publishing, and it's published by Zonderkidz. It was a beautiful autumn day in bear country. The first frosty nip was in the air. Gross. The whole bear family was outside enjoying the bright fall weather. Papa was raking leaves into piles so the cubs could jump in, laughing and shouting. Mama was cutting back the late flowers in her garden so they would bloom better next year. Tweet, tweet.
Hey, watch me jump into these leaves. These aren't leaves, this is fire. Don't jump in. Dad's home. I haven't seen Dad in years. Here, I'll catch you with one hand, brother. I love fall,
sighed Mama.
I think it's the most wonderful season of the year. It's so bright and colorful, just like these leaves,
said Sister, tossing up an armful.
Look, I can juggle bunches of leaves. Isn't that pretty impressive? Why doesn't anybody want to hug me? I can juggle one leaf. That's good enough for me. Hey,
said Brother and Honey as the leaves fell on their heads. Fall is a special time, agreed Papa. You might say it's when Mother Nature puts on her best clothes and dishes up her finest food.
Dad, why the heck would we eat leaves?
No, man, I'm not saying that you have to eat leaves. I'm saying whatever, man.
Can we eat all those? They look edible. They're eating acorns. We can eat them. Nice and big and fat. That one fell on his face. The squirrels and chipmunks certainly think so,
said Sister, pointing them out as they scampered about the lawn, gathering acorns to store for the winter.
Catch them! Catch them before they run back up that tree!
Well, we got two at least.
I'm going to try and make a pie out of these scissors and shovel. But dang, that sounds mighty dandy.
Yes, they are enjoying a fine harvest, said Papa.
And speaking of harvest,
added Mama,
I saw in the newspaper that the chapel in the woods is holding a harvest festival at Farmer Ben's farm today.
That sounded like fun to the whole bear family.
Ooh, oh.
Oh, he's always singing them songs.
Can we go?
Brother asked.
Of course we can,
said Mama, putting away her gardening things.
May we go now?
Asked Sister. No time like the present, said Papa, putting away his rake.
That squirrel was amazing. I'm still trying to juggle this leaf. Yay!
Cried the cubs, 'cause their baseball team stinks.
I'll bet there's a hayride. Hayride!
said Brother.
I hope there's pumpkin picking,
said Sister.
Pumpkin pie,
said Honey.
Yum! Do you think they serve squirrels there too? I want to do that pin a tail on the donkey, but in real life. You know, like Eeyore. Eeyore does. You know, that his tail always falls off and then you got to put it back on. I think they had that at the Harvest Festival. Is Grandpa gonna be there?
No, I don't think so.
Good, he's kind of weird.
Farmer Ben was their neighbor, so the family strolled down the sunny dirt road to his farm. As they walked, they enjoyed the sights, sounds, and smells of autumn. Somebody left a baby in the tree. A buck with a fine set of antlers stepped out of the woods to stare at them. That's creepy.
Oh, look, Dad, it's Uncle Buck. It's his yearly coming out of the bushes to stare at us while we walk down the street.
A fuzzy caterpillar was spinning his cozy cocoon on a nearby branch. Overhead, a V of geese was honking its way south, and turkeys gobbled in the roadside thickets. I didn't even notice those ducks up there.
Quick, Dad, grab your gun.
Now's not the time for hunting. The rich smell of fallen leaves was stirred up as they walked, and there was a whiff of wood smoke on the breeze.
Oh, man, you smell that breeze? I can feel that breeze. I don't smell the breeze. Look at all them words up there. Would you say Mother Nature is putting on a good show for us?
Said Brother, kicking up a drift of leaves.
This leaf keeps following me. Well,
said Mama, pointing to the heavens.
You know, Mother Nature works for someone a bit higher up.
The Moon Man?
No.
Yes, agreed Papa. And harvest time is about much more than just enjoying the season. It is a time to give thanks to God for all His blessings, for the food that grows in His good, rich earth, and for the wonders of nature that He has created.
We just ate a squirrel alive, and you're going to bring God into this?
Looking around at the peaceful autumn scene, the cubs could see just what Mama and Papa meant. They certainly were blessed.
Look at the size of them apples. That tree's far away, and look how big they are. About as big as your head, sister. Yeah, but they're real dry inside. I bet they don't have a lot of juice in them. I've got an apple on my forehead. The sky is enclosing around us. Everything's turning white.
As they arrived at the farm, they greeted Farmer and Mrs. Ben, along with Preacher Brown and all their friends from the chapel in the woods. Some of the farm's ripe crops were gathered together in a beautiful display. Shocks of yellow corn, bales of hay, baskets of bright fruit, and heaps of autumn vegetables. And much to Honey's delight, there was a batch of Mrs. Ben's tasty pumpkin pies.
I'm gonna get that pie first. I'm gonna push your face in that pie. Oh, Jesus, the kids from down the street. Just wave at them, don't say anything. Oh.
They must all be related. They all look exactly the same. Yodelay-hoo!
Come on, everyone,
Farmer Ben called.
Our first harvest festival event is about to begin. It's apple picking time here on the farm. Let's see how many bushels of apples you can gather.
So the whole Chapel in the Woods family marched into the apple orchard and climbed ladders to reach the red, ripe apples.
They looked a lot bigger on the other page. I want to pick those apples over there.
The cubs tried to outdo each other. They picked and picked and picked.
You know, I'm beginning to think that Farmer Ben's just lazy, and he's saying he's having his harvest festival, but he's just really having us do his work for him. Now, that couldn't be it. Do we get to keep these? No, you don't get to keep anything. These apples will make lovely apple pies,
said Mama.
Good job, cubs,
said Farmer Ben when he saw their full baskets.
I'm about ready to hire you on as pickers. Would you like to try your hands at pumpkin picking, too?
Asked Farmer Ben.
That's my favorite,
said Sister.
Oh, man, this one looks like John Goodman.
So they headed down to the pumpkin patch to look for the roundest, orangest pumpkins. All the cubs searched and searched.
Too lumpy,
said Brother, looking one pumpkin over.
Too lopsided,
said Sister, holding up another.
Too little,
said Honey, picking up a teeny baby pumpkin. Oh! Papa jumped out and scared Honey. Then they spotted their perfect pumpkins. 3 nice, big, round, orange beauties.
Just right,
said Brother.
Just right,
said Sister.
Right,
said Honey.
The next event,
announced Farmer Ben,
is the hayride. I told you there'd be a hayride. If you ever question me again, I'm going to have to stick my finger straight up your nose. A hayride at a harvest festival?
said Sister, teasing Brother a bit.
What a surprise. You shut your mouth or I'm going to pumpkin punch you.
But before Brother could reply, Farmer Ben pulled up with a long hay wagon hitched to his tractor. Everyone climbed aboard and sat on bales of hay. It was scratchy and prickly, but smelled sweet.
All aboard,
called Farmer Ben, and they were off.
What does all this hay smell like? Horse farts?
With many a bump and sway, they chugged along. They drove through the farmyard and saw the farm animals having their evening meal. They drove past the farm pond and saw the ducks, geese, and swans enjoying an evening bath. They drove into the fields and pastures, among the corn shocks and haystacks. They said hello to a friendly scarecrow. It didn't say anything back because it's a scarecrow. The sun was setting over the hills, and all Bear Country was lit with a golden glow.
Papa, is this the end of the world?
No, that's just the sunset, son. It was growing dark as the hay wagon returned to the farmyard. Mrs. Ben and her helpers were cooking dinner over a crackling fire. It smelled wonderful. Soon, all the families and friends were sitting down to a magnificent harvest feast.
Preacher Brown,
said Farmer Ben,
would you say grace?
Preacher Brown rose and opened his Bible.
God tells us to celebrate the festival of harvest with the first fruits of the crops you sow in your field.
He read.
And as the young people of God did so long ago,
he added,
we still do today. Did you, dude? for giving us good food from farm and field, and for the joy of working together in the harvest time. Amen.
Amen to that, Preacher Brown.
said Mrs. Ben.
And now, let's all have the joy of working together to eat all this good food. Dig in, folks!
And dig in they did, like a bunch of wild animals.
What the heck? This is all a bunch of rabbit food. You pass the lemonade?
No, it's not lemonade, that's corn juice.
Oh man, that's gross. Where the heck is the squirrel? Honey, did you eat my squirrel?
That will do it for this Berenstain Bears tale. Come join us on their next adventure. Thanks for listening.
If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave a like. In other words, hit the thumbs up. That's the like. And if you want to see more of our videos, go ahead and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell. It'll tell you when more of our videos come out. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next reading.